Bean Games!
Guys, holy cow, can you believe it? It's Friday. Congratulations, you've made it through yet another week. And more importantly, you've made it back to Bean Games. That's even better. We are going to just jump right back in here for our second episode of Euro Truck Simulator. Continuing right where we left off with all sorts of adventures to have and roads to drive down. Let's see what we got today. We're going to start right in and just take a real quick job. Still don't have our own truck yet. Obviously that is on the agenda to look at today. Maybe see about taking out a bank loan. Maybe see about how much trucks actually cost. I don't know how much they cost. We're going to find out. But to start with, let's take a reservoir tank from Colne to Kassel. Nice short little drive. Let's get out on the road and see if our driving skills have improved any since last week. Cross the fingers. Cross the fingers. It's raining today. You know, it's raining in real life, too. How about that? There's no geolocation in this game, but boy, that would be neat. I gotta remember how to turn, well, you know, before I can turn on the wipers, I gotta turn on the car. Smart. And here we go. Let us roll right out of here. Make a nice clean turn into traffic here. What does our truck look like for this drive? Oh, look at, yeah, big old reservoir tank. Okay. Well, let's get this safe and sound where we need to go. It looks like we've got about 220 kilometers. Should be just about a 3.5 hour journey. It's Monday, about 7:45 in the evening. Nice little evening delivery. Step on those brakes as that red light really just pops up there out of nowhere. Oh boy, I can't even... There we go. So we're driving a little bit north. Yeah, it looks like mostly north. We'll follow that GPS blindly. So apparently it's a thing in Europe. Maybe just Germany? I don't know. I guess there's some things about the road here that I'm very curious about. For example, you know, here we are in Germany and we're driving on the right side of the road. Not the right isn't correct, but the literal right. Now I know parts of Europe they drive on the left-hand side. Is that just in the UK? Just in Britain? I'm not sure. All we're finding out here is what Germany's like. The other thing that I love, that boy, I almost wish we had this here in the good old US of A, is the traffic lights. And how they go from green to yellow and then red. But then as well, before going back to green, they go to yellow again. There's that same brief moment of the lights turning yellow to kind of prepare the drivers, hey, your green light's coming, let's put things into motion. I wonder why that's a thing. I wonder if that has any impact on safety, on traffic collision numbers. Red lights being run or jumped. Might be something to look up. Might be something to read about. Got to learn all these laws of the land and practice that safe driving. We've got just over 10,000 euros in the bank right now. That, I guess, is my life savings. But my truck driver here really starts off with almost nothing. Thankfully, he gets paid each job, and at least so far, I'm not having to pay rent or any life expenses. True trucker just lives out of his truck. think that's one of the things as a kid that really struck me as being romantic about the life of a truck driver. I distinctly recall going through a phase where I thought that driving a truck would just be the coolest job, coolest occupation, coolest thing to do. I grew out of it eventually, sure. But I couldn't even tell you exactly where that came from as a kid. Didn't have anybody that I knew, like in my family, who drove a truck. I remember reading some books as a kid, just fiction books, where there was a truck driver as one of the characters or ancillary characters, and I always thought that just sounded neat. Guess I had a little bit of a spirit of wanderlust as a kid. Then again, so this was at a different time from wanting to be a truck driver, but I remember I went through another phase, you know, and I was, I don't know, 10 or 12 probably, somewhere in there, where my life goal, I just said, you know, what I want to do with my life is be single, own an RV, big old Winnebago, and just drive around the country. For a while there, I wanted a pet dog and a pet monkey for a while. I went through a big monkey phase too. A lot of phases in my youth. We'll probably talk about all of them. Big monkey phase for several years. Just thought monkeys were the coolest animal. I remember reading Summer of the Monkeys. That was a great book. Anybody else read that? That was one I read out of the school library about once a year for several years there. Just thought monkeys were the best. Chimpanzees, orangutans, especially chimpanzees. But yeah, I was going to have a pet monkey and drive around the country. Had a friend of our family's who was kind of a nomad like that. Not that he just drove around the country, but he'd take a few months off his job at a time and just go on these road trips by himself. He'd stop by where we lived in Florida and visit us and show us maps of all the places he'd been. Man, it just seemed cool. I learned later in life that monkeys don't make great pets. I know Michael Jackson had a pet monkey, and did Justin Bieber have a pet monkey? I can't remember. With pop stars having monkeys as pets. But apparently they just don't do well. They will just they'll just wreck everything that you own. Not a great plan. So I'll just go to the zoo. See the monkeys there. That's fine with me. Hey, I did learn that Ausfahrt is not a town. I think the last video I said that somewhere where, oh, I saw that coming, and my heart just went right from here up into here, and there was nothing I could do. My whole body tensed up. Don't know if you could see that. Thankfully, nobody seems to be the worse for wear. Alright, that's one accident. I'm going to try to make that the only one of the video. Gotta use that B button. B for brake. Where was I? Monkeys as pets? Not a good idea. And then I couldn't have a dog as a pet because I'm allergic to them, so the pet idea traveling around the country in a Winnebago went out the window. Maybe someday. Hey, maybe that'll be retirement for me. Who knows? Of course, recently I've had more of that love transferred to tiny homes. Love tiny homes. Love the concept of, just everything you own in 300 square feet or less, depending on how tiny your tiny home is. I guess in a way that's kind of a natural evolution from truckers who, living in their trucks and truck stops and... what's a wrong way violation? Wow, was I going the wrong way? I'm not going the wrong way. Is this a 2-lane road? Well, yeah, I guess it is a 2-lane road. I guess I was passing back there. For some reason, I thought this was like a 2-lane interstate. Huh, so I guess I got a fine for traveling in the other lane too long. Good thing no cars came. We would have gone from 1 to 2 accidents real quick like there. Yeesh. One of the books I remember reading as a kid with a trucker in it was the book Dear Mr. Henshaw by Beverly Cleary, I believe. Wrote the books about Ramona Quimby and Ralph the mouse with his motorcycle. Read a bunch of those books growing up. Not the Ramona ones so much. Those weren't. I wasn't really in the target audience for those. But Dear Mr. Henshaw, boy, that was a great book. That was one of those books. I think I probably still have a copy of it somewhere. Or if I don't, it probably lives at my parents' house. But I read that book. That was one of those favorites I'd come back to every year or couple of years and read it again. It's about a kid. Parents were divorced. He lived with his mom. He was in middle school, I think. Or it kind of went through some different periods of his life. Like the first couple of bits were actually him like in elementary school, but then the bulk of the book took place when he was in like middle school-esque. And the whole thing was him writing in a journal. Started out by writing these letters to an author whose book he had read and really enjoyed, Mr. Henshaw, and he started out Dear Mr. Henshaw. So the whole book was just written in first person from this kid's perspective, Lee. And then much of the book turned into a journal where he would just write about his life and his feelings. It was one of those, as a kid, interesting to, get that first person viewpoint from another kid, someone, my own age. The first time I picked up the book, probably. Writing about the struggles of school and family life, and it's a really good book. But he lived with his mom. His parents were divorced, and his dad was a trucker, and he had kind of a wasn't a very close relationship with his dad, but his dad would try, and sometimes he'd go out with his dad on the road, and he'd hear stories about being a trucker from his dad, and obviously not necessarily all elements of the story that glorified his dad and the trucker life, and his dad loving the trucker life was probably one of the reasons why his parents ended up splitting up. But he always kind of held his dad in this high regard, being a trucker and that life, certain glamour there. I think I just kind of picked up on the way Lee would write about it. Hauling tomatoes, or tanker trucks in this case. Well, we're coming into Castle now. Hey, look at this. Headlight. Oh, holy cow, there's a policeman there. And his lights were on, and I think he gave me a ticket. How do I turn on my headlights? Now we know. Boy, we're getting all sorts of tickets that I didn't even know existed. Live and learn, I guess. If I make any money off of this job, I'll be a lucky duck. So what was the first one? We were driving the wrong way on a road, and then a headlight offense. Yeah, I just didn't have my head. I thought maybe this was a truck with automatic headlights. A lot of cars now have automatic headlights. It's not my fault for not knowing. Well, it is 11:15 at night. I probably could have seen that I didn't have lights on, but it also wasn't impairing me that I did not. Interesting that it was only once I was right near that policeman. I wonder if that plays a factor. Alright. Well, here we go with our first delivery of the day. Let's see what we got. I mean, I feel like we've committed now into doing these difficult parking spots, so that's what we're gonna do. All right. It's around the building. Okay. Hey. Oh, this isn't too bad actually. Can I just kind of? Oh, this shouldn't be too bad at all. All right. Let's go to our top-down view. How am I not touching that? Something about getting that angle just right that I can never remember which way I'm supposed to turn the wheel. Come on. Yes, there we go. Oh, we gotta actually stop the truck. There we go. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Ooh. Hey, good work. Okay. Okay, so tickets don't come off your job. That's a relief. We do have the damage penalty because we kind of hit that guy right in the face. Not in the face, in the side. But decent money, good XP. Okay, made another 3,400 and change. That's good. Hey, and then we leveled up. So look at that. We can get another skill point here. Fragile cargo, I think we're gonna have to wait on that until I'm a little better driver, to be perfectly honest. Same with ADR. I don't mind long distance, you know? eco driver, long distance driver. Kind of carving out some of those niches. Experience bonus and longer than 250. Okay, that's good to know. So we can look for those jobs. All right, great. So now we've got what, 13,500. I'm curious about buying a truck. What's that going to take? And we've got Renault in Dusseldorf, and we've got Volvo. Now we signed up for Love and Volvo. I don't know if we are going to stick with Volvo, but do I have to drive that? No, I can just go right there. Hey, look at that. Okay. So what have we got here in stock? Oh, we've got a bunch of trucks in stock. We got 8 different options. Okay, so list price. A lot more money than I have. 100,000, 104, 141. Those ones aren't even available. Those are level 10. So I can't get that nice blue Globetrotter. But how about these basics, though? How about these basics? What have I got here? So realistically, I've got 2 options here. I've got the FH16 Classic, which is a 4x2 chassis, 540 horsepower versus 460. More engine torque. Deep Aquamarine. I mean, I don't see a reason not to go for the Classic Sleeper. Is there anything that it can't do? Question is, oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Now you can customize it from here. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Different things that are not even available yet. Your chassis, so level 8 things unlock. Your engine. Oh, you can actually set it up as a standard UK truck where you're driving on the other side. Look at that. Okay, well, if in Germany they do it on the left side, then I'll stick with that. Okay, now there's, you can customize your colors, and I assume you can also do this after you've gotten your truck. Man, you can get so many. Your left window, you can trick your trucks out. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, but you know what? Let's yes, let's cancel it. Let's go take a look and see about that bank loan. So I need like what, 85, 90,000. All right, Mr. Bankman. So I can borrow 100,000. Got to pay back $3,000 a day. Dollars, euros, you know what I mean. You know what? Like they say in business, you got to spend money to make money. Let's do it. Let's take a loan. So I'm looking, I definitely need to pay back $3,000 a day. Let's go back and take a look at our Volvos. Because boys and girls, it's time to buy a truck. We're gonna get the Classic Sleeper. How much do we have to spend? We got 113 to spend. Can I do anything even just with the color of it? Oh, Blitzed Black Knight. Kind of like that black truck. Which is a custom color. Oh, but that fire engine red. Oh, that's so pretty. And that blue. I'm a sucker for blue. I don't exactly know what my colors are here at Bean Games Trucking. We may have to experiment with that. You know, visibility is important, and they see red coming from 1,000 miles away. Let's look at the flags you can get. Oh man, metallic colors. Oh, huge decals. Wow. Oh, look at the Flaming Dragon. You can pay so much money. Look, a lot of these aren't even unlocked. The Winged Lizard. Look at that wrap. Oh, that is incredible. Way out of my price range. Let's, well, that actually takes some off the price, doesn't it? Nope. We're gonna spend big. We're gonna go for, you know, nope. I wanna go blue. I'm just feeling blue for some reason. Not feeling blue like sad, because we're playing Euro Truck, but I'm feeling the color blue. That's what we're gonna do. Let's spend 101,000 euros. I want slightly brighter blue. Gotta be, you know, I'm just... If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. We're gonna have to pay more for that. Yeah, there we go. That's okay, 103. Ooh, that's a big purchase. That is a big purchase with a click of a button. But I own a truck. Bean Games Trucking is official. I'm not just a jobber. I've got a garage and I've got a truck. Now we're in business. Look at that shiny vehicle. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this moment. I feel like this is a hallmark, a landmark moment for really taking our first big steps. Now what? Now let's drive into the garage. See what that does. Now it's Tuesday at 8:30. Manage this garage. Oh wow, look at this. Okay. So we got a tiny garage, one truck, one driver, that's me, daily profit. I'm expected to earn 20,000 euros a week. Okay. You can upgrade it for 180,000. All right. Cool. So this is my little spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. I love tracking these things. I'm gonna try hard not to get bogged down in spreadsheets and the numbers, since I know that may not be quite as interesting to watch, but it does fascinate me, no doubt. We got our truck management table, our driver management table. Right now, we're just a one-man operation, and that's okay. We're not looking to hire more drivers for right now. We're just looking to drive some jobs, do some, get some money, take on the job. Well, now what have we got here? Okay, now that we've moved out of here, World of Trucks. Earn money for your company using your own equipment. Seems like that's the next step up as far as jobs go. Oh yeah, these pay pretty good. Young Seedlings, that pays 7,300, almost 7,400. Let's take that. Now do I have to? Okay. So now I have to, I think now I have to actually drive to go pick up the cargo. And then deliver it from there. What's that? Oh yeah, cause I'm, oh, well, what did I just do? Okay, yeah, because see, I'm in Dusseldorf right now, and so I would actually have to travel to Osnabrück. So maybe that's not what I want to do. Maybe I want to stay in Dusseldorf and take a shipment of canned tuna down to Luxembourg. No, down to Metz. Oh, we'd be crossing a border. Oh man, oh, well, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Can I take this job? Can I just, yeah. Look at this, the inside of my very own first truck. Wow, I need to pull up to a light first and then just really inspect this. My very own truck. Nothing fancy, but you know, we don't need to be fancy right now. We're just getting the jobs done. Speaking of getting the jobs done, So I'm just driving across town to pick up the canned tuna. So that's going to be key, is not just picking the highest paying job to... you lose a lot of time having to go pick it up and everything, but if you stay with the town you're in, well, there you go. It's just like real life trucking. It's 8:30 in the morning. Now we view the job offer. Okay. So now that I'm here at this shipping facility, here's what I've got. I've got either gummy bears or I've got canned tuna. You know, canned tuna pays a little bit more, so we're gonna go with that one. Your trailer's ready. Proceed to loading area. Oh, there it is. Okay. Stokes. So now, do I gotta back up into it? That's my guess. This should be a lot easier. I'm anticipating that hopefully backing into the trailer will not be as difficult. Yeah. That's much, much, much easier. We are locked and loaded. We got a little 5-hour journey ahead of us. Going way down to Metz. We're going to be crossing a couple borders here. I'm interested to see if that entails anything. Wide right turns. I'll get out your way. I don't remember if I finished my thought before, because I think that's when I T-boned that truck, but I did look it up, and Ausfahrt, which I was thinking was like the name of a town that was just everywhere in Germany because I kept seeing it. Surprise, it's the German word for exit, of course. Like you're exiting off a highway, that is the Ausfahrt. So that's our German word for the week. Now we know. Makes sense. But I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got that cleared up. I guess now that I have my own truck too, we're going to be keeping an eye on those meters over there, our gas meter and the sleep meter. Right now, it just looks like the bed is blue. I don't know how that fills up or goes down. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, I'm speeding a little bit here. I'm going 86, 87, and a 60. Will they give me speeding tickets? I'm sure I'll get one at some point, but as long as I'm being safe, that's what's most important. Careful there. We drive over the grass. You know what I didn't see is Stokes. Stokes is the name of the canned tuna that I am driving. It is tuna, right? Did we pick tuna? Yeah. You know what we want to do on this trip is check out the radio. Now, gonna go on a blind. Well, I should probably not do it on the interstate. What happens if I just press R? Oh, okay. Well, that takes us out. Well, you know, let's do this realistically and wait until we had come to a stop. Should have done something there before we headed out on the interstate. Maybe if there's a rest area up here or something, we'll check that out. Look at this bridge up here. I don't know what bridge this is, but it looks glorious. Look at that. Obviously, this game takes a lot of liberties with spacing and city size. And having never traveled to any parts of Europe, I don't know a lot of specific landmarks, like a big bridge in Germany. So it's hard to say if these things are modeled on real elements or if they're generic. It's a good question. We'll stop and go traffic here. Ooh. Tricky little exit lane there. I don't need gas, but I'm just curious. Ooh. Rolled on through that. Okay, nice little rest areas. Mostly I did that because now here's a safe spot to check out the radio. the radio for now. That was a good taste of radio. Was that which station was that? That was Antenne Niedersachsen. Niedersachsen. Yes, some German pop. Not unpleasant. May just have to experiment until we see which stations do the best for us. I'm curious if there's anything route length. I want a nice little short one here. Yeah, Metz up to Luxembourg. I think that might work. Just taking some wood shavings. Let's see if I can do this before my guy falls asleep. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, next rest stop in 11 hours, so I guess between jobs. Maybe he took a little nap. Okay, well good. Don't have to worry about that anyway. Maybe that only comes into play when you're taking things like cross countries. Like if I get up to where I'm driving like forever long, maybe then you have to stop between jobs or during a job rather. But maybe this is okay. So yeah, let's do one little short drive here. I jobbed myself out, so I'm not driving my truck, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll just take this little bit of wood shavings out and call it a day. Call it a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. In game. Yeah, I can already tell. I mean, this is a nice short job, but boy, after just one trip in my truck, it just feels weird to be driving someone else's truck. Not a fan. Definitely gonna have to get back to driving. What am I gonna call my truck? I guess I need a name for it. If you think of a good name, if you've got any ideas, by all means, let me know. Because we're gonna have to come up with something. But I also don't want to force it. You know, we need something good. Something that's going to fit. There we go. So I did have one question from a viewer this past week that I figured might be nice to just chat real briefly about. Interesting question. Don't know where it came from, but I said, hey, ask me anything. What do you want to hear me chat about? And the question our faithful viewer posed was this. If you could have a magical portal to any one location, where would it be? And what would you give up for it to have that portal? It's a deep question, but I think it kind of fits too because it's about transportation. It's about moving from one location to another, and hey, that's what we're doing right here, right? So there's a couple different ways I could answer this question. You know, I suppose there's a serious way and there's a comedic way. I had to think it over because if we're talking about a magical portal. Let's just say it starts in one spot and ends in another spot. Only I can use it or have control over who uses it. Realistically, what would be the best? Like if that was a legitimate thing for me, I think probably if I was not wanting to like upend my life and do something crazy, realistically the simplest thing would just be I'd want a portal from right here in my home. Oh, I missed that turn. It will redirect me though, I think. Okay, good. Rerouting. I would want a portal from right here in my house to where I work, which is not that far. My commute is not horrible. It's about It's about 15 minutes each way. So on any given day, that's about half an hour, which is not bad. Where can I turn around up here, guys? This is really taking me off the other way. I need a U-turn, and I need it bad. Well, maybe up here we'll be able to take one. So, you say, well, that doesn't sound very, very exciting. You know, just a portal from your house to work. I mean, whoop-de-doo. But again, realistically, like, if this was an actual, truthful situation, that's what I would do, because that's the trip that I take. You know, 5 days out of every week. That's where I spend most of my time in the car too. And so, quite. What is this up here? Is this a toll booth? Do I have to pay a toll? Oh my dear heavens! Oh. Well, I don't... Oh, guys, I really want to turn around. Look at those toll workers there. They're keeping an eye on you. I mean, I'm happy to pay the toll, but I really need to be going the other way. Oh, this is not good. Oh, snap. Little spot there and I missed it. Do we even have a turnaround anywhere? Where am I going? I'm pretty sure I still need to U-turn. Are they going to get me for a traffic infraction if I just pull a U-turn here? Probably so. Oh, wait. Do I see something here? Oh, curses, no. Ah, but wait, this is an exit? Yes, okay, I can take this exit. Okay, good. This is going to get me back on the right path. Little delay there. Little bit of a slight delay. But, ooh. Ah. Is that 3 accidents today? Maybe that's 3? The first episode we have where we go an entire day with no accidents, I don't know, we're going to have some kind of party. I don't know what we're going to do, but there's going to be some kind of celebration. Maybe I'll buy an extra special decoration for my truck or something. Make sure I get back going on the right interstate here. I don't want to take another one. Another detour. Okay. Anyway, sorry, back to our question at hand. So this magical portal from here to work saves me half an hour a day. Okay? And like 8 miles on my car. But you factor that over time. You know, that's 2.5 hours a week. I mean, that's like 100 something hours every month, or no, sorry, every year. That's a lot of time. So it's not very glamorous, but I would just put one between my home and my work, because that would over the long run. Hello, Mr. Toll Worker. Doesn't look like he cares too much. Oh, my employer will pay $3. €3. That's not so bad. Okay. But then what would I give up for it? What would I sacrifice? What would I... Now, is this like a willing, or, I mean, I don't know. The question was a little vague. I would probably give up my car. I mean, true story. If I didn't have to drive to work every day, my wife has a car, so we could use hers if we need to drive somewhere. But, yeah, I'd probably get rid of my car. Take my bike more places. That's a very European thing to do, you know? I mean, yes, we're driving a truck. This game is all about vehicles, but there have been times where I have thought realistically, like, could I get rid of my car? Like, if my car blew up I drive junkers. Well, not junkers, but older cars. If my car just gave up the ghost one day, would I need to buy another one, or could I go without a car? Getting to work would be the hardest part, no doubt. But if I had that portal from here to work, I'd get rid of my car. I really think I would take that leap. I would. Now, the other way we could answer this question, to be sure, is a more superfluous, a more fun one. It's tough to pick one location, though, right? So this isn't a magical portal that you can, change the location on. So some of it is practicality. Like, I don't want to put it to a random place that I only want to visit once, because then what good is the portal from there on out? But if I could put it somewhere entertaining and fun, and a bit ridiculous, it would be Disney World, obviously. Now, why Disney World, you say? Well, hey, I love Disney World. Who doesn't love Disney World? My wife loves Disney World. We're big Disney fanatics. And that is the one place I can think of, like, it would be nice just to be able to transport there. There are other places that I like to visit and go, and I'm like, oh, but the journey is half the experience, right? Getting to drive there, getting to take the road trip, take the scenic route. Not that it's not scenic driving down to southern Florida and Orlando, but it would be very convenient for those weekends when my wife says, hey, let's go to Disney World. I'm like, well, if it wasn't 8 hours away. Now, to be really sneaky, what would be great is if we could put it in actual, like, Magic Kingdom, Disney World. So that way, not only could we instantly transport down there, but if we could go right into the parks, then that would keep us from having to buy tickets as well, at least to that park. We'd have to buy tickets to the other ones, I guess. So then you think, okay, where would the other end of the portal be? Like, say one end of the portal is, again, here in my house. And the other end, we want it to come out in the Magic Kingdom at Disney World. Okay, so where? Like, where could there be a portal? Is this like a visible portal? Like a, Portal the Game style portal? Sorry, I'm cutting you off. That other people can see? Regardless, we can't just step out of magical time and space right in the, right inside the front gate where there's always hundreds of people. It would have to be somewhere secretive. But where? What part of the park could you magically appear in and then, just sort of assimilate in and, jump right into enjoying the attractions with any kind of guarantee that someone isn't going to see you? I can't really think of anywhere in particular, specifically. You could magically teleport into, I don't know, like in one of the rides, up inside Splash Mountain. Oh, but they'd see you coming out. Where would you go? Where would you put it? It would be ideal if you could like look through this magic portal to make sure that no one else was there before just zipping in. Because if you could do that, well then, just put it in like, a bathroom or the locker rooms or somewhere where at some point you could look and say, hey, okay, we can sneak in here right now. What would I give up for it? I don't know. What would I give up to be able to go to Disney World anytime I wanted? A lot, probably. It's Disney World. It's the most magical place on earth. I wouldn't give up playing Euro Truck Simulator though, because to me that's the most magical thing on earth. All right, let's drop off this. Load of wood shavings. That's a bunch of wood shavings, and call this a day. Let's see if my parking skills are getting any better at all. And with that, wood shavings delivered with an excellent rating. Hey, I didn't even get, well, I guess I damaged probably the truck a little bit, but not the cargo, maybe? Even with that detour, we still did okay. Proficiency bonus, parking the trailer. We're only a newbie on level 3, but we're climbing those ranks. Oh boy, here we go. An important delivery. Where I feel less good about that one after our little detour on this last one, where probably wouldn't have been somewhere in time. We're gonna go long distance for second one. Deliveries up to 550 kilometers. Ooh. And you get that plus reward for anything longer than 350. Okay. Sounds good to me. Hey, we got an email. What do we see here? Oh, the bank. Was it want more of my money? We couldn't help but notice your steady earnings. Your credit limit has been raised to €500,000. What? After like a single day of paying back the payments on my $100,000 euro loan, they already want to loan me more. Those predatory Scrooges. I don't trust them. I don't trust them a bit. But they are necessary. Let's take a look real quick. Can I, okay, so it cost me $2,500 to, repair? Something I can do? I don't actually know how to, repair. We'll figure that out next time. That's not too bad. Okay, yep, climbing the newbie ranks. Tracks all of my deliveries here. Hey, that's great. Once again, I'm going to get bogged down in my spreadsheets. Okay, well, hey guys, that was some good deliveries. We bought a truck. We covered some good ground. We got lost. We got turned around. We got back on the right track. We only crashed mildly a few times. Could have been worse. Could have been better. We'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you loved driving across the countryside of Europe, as we do. We'll see you back here on Monday for Resident Evil Part 3 of that series. And then I know you're already looking forward to next Friday, where we're going to be back here driving a little bit more. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.